Hiya Hinstas, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome too. My name is Hinny. I am a spiritual astrologer, and today is Freaky Friday. The moon and the Uranus are conjunct in Taurus exactly right now as I film. And of course, the moon is the ruler of Cancer, and the moon is exalted in Taurus. So I think it's a great time to talk about Cancer season and the moon a bit more. My last video was on the moon, of course, and we kind of continue the theme with Cancer season. The sun, therefore, going through the sign of Cancer in Cancer season. So we get a whole 30 days-ish of the sun illuminating Cancerian themes and illuminating a particular house in your birth chart. So do let me know in the comments where you have Cancer, and let's talk about that. But also brought some tarot cards that I kind of typically associate with Cancer in my readings, and which I thought also were relevant to this particular Cancer season. But we've got the 10 of Cups right here. You can see 10, it's a Cancer number. Cups, emotions. But this is like the Friday Night Disco card, and you can't get much better sometimes than Cancer vibes. It's in between Gemini and Leo. I mean, you're squeezing the best of spring and summer and putting it on top of Cancer. But you also get family here, whatever your family is. But also just good all-round vibes of rejoice, the summer, the spiritual summer. And we got the Chariot, finally giving a frig for ourselves, finally going in that cardinal chariot direction, whatever direction it may be, finally taking the reins, taking a hold. It may take some time, there may be some dilly-dallying, but pretty soon the cardinal energy kicks in, and probably is kicking in right now for you, with the moon squaring the sun as the sun entered Cancer. So the moon was actually in Aries, but I digress. The Queen of Cups as well, we have here Cancer, so loving, so forgiving, so pensive. Justice as well, I wanted to bring up. This is Libra, the cardinal sister, also grinding in the distance from the shadows against Cancer, and reminding us that in the next 3 months from now, there'll be another cardinal season, and that we had better use this Cancer season as that cardinal diving board, that cardinal cushion, that cardinal green light. Because in Libra season, it cares much less for how we might feel. Cancer can be very savage, very fierce as well. But Libra season really is a cardinal season, which is like, you know what? No. Anyway, the Ace of Cups, Cancer energy, beautiful, joyful, abundant, pleasant. Also the Six of Cups, family stuff, getting back to our roots, going home in some sense, meeting mothers, grandmothers, people of different generations, and exchanging things and learning and just really vibing with people who are much older, much younger than yourself, and being humbled by these interactions. And the moon, of course, so confusing, so wishy-washy, so inexplicably fortunate. And the Fool, of course, all that Aries energy squaring us in this Cancer season. Aries is speaking loud and clear, and Cancer season really marks that moment where we feel in the year whether or not we made the right decision, or we feel whether or not we jumped off the right cliff. We feel sometimes regret, we feel sometimes rejoice, we feel quite often, though, a mixture of both, and a sense of refreshment in Cancer season. A lot of things calm down in Cancer season, but at the same time they get really amped up. But it's like kind of like a taking a deep breath in Cancer season and being kind of astounded by certain things, certain outcomes, certain lengths that you may have reached already without even realizing until now. And also the Four of Wands. again, those visions, 4 is a Cancer number, but those visions finally being realized, and some of us being astounded by the realization and the materialization of things we wanted to manifest, and things that we stuck with, people we stuck with, habits we stuck with, because some part of us knew that something would come out, and it does in Cancer season. It is proved in Cancer season. And you know, we are again in the second cardinal season of the year, the karmic sea that washes over all of us. That's Cancer season. Season of the crab, season in part of cuddly animals as well and cuteness, but also season of the elephant. I feel especially though this year the crab will be prominent as the sun entered Cancer again while the moon was in Aries, and as the sun squares all those planets in Aries through Cancer season, this is like a big cardinal crunch, a challenging, a tiger hot season, a really hot part of the tiger year. A test for many of us that will offer many the top spot, that will grant many a tougher skin. It can be scary sometimes, don't get me wrong. There is, of course, all that sexy, hot summer lemon soda, Ariana Grande, Cancer season stuff that we can always expect. However, there is also this callous side to Cancer, and a side that isn't often disclosed or discussed in astrology, but Cancer is a shadow sign and a feminine, or shadow season, this season, and a feminine sign, and one of what I call the snippy snip signs, the claws. And so it's easily primed. We are easily primed in this season to be cutting and shedding and fighting sometimes. And I will talk a bit more about this in my soon to come video on the new moon in Cancer. Anyway, some of us will be fighting others. Some of us will be fighting ourselves. Some will be fighting a super strong habitual desire. And if they stick it out, they might just conquer it. And in a tiger year, no less, right? Cancer season allows the revelation of inner hardiness and guts and bravery. And this is all just really activated and agitated by all the Aries energy this year. And there is a strong call this year, again, to champion the best of what our roots have taught us. And also to not be afraid of shedding light on why we tangle ourselves up in this Cancerian waterway in certain symbiotic situations, which, to be blunt, don't do us any good. And you know, this is the first water season of the year. So we can be forgiven in the long term for running into certain sticky new symbiotic situationships. And I definitely can see this as a season for giving up on lost causes and showing someone or something the cold shoulder. There is just, I think, too much adventure and life to be hungrily had, to be, you know, wallowing or to be hidden away. These are more negative sides of Cancer season sometimes. To hide yourself away from the sun in some emotional distaste, displeasure with the world. And we won't be allowed, though, I think, to wallow this Cancer season. We will likely be called to put our feelings first, to put our tenacity first. Others may be forced to develop more skill at being friendly but firm. That's a very Cancer season thing. And again, surprising yourself, I think, with the strength that you have inside in certain situations. And for Cancer rising hinsters, attention is brought to the first house for you. And for Cancer rising, as is often for us, this is like a mega flower season boost that we're all into. And we might dye our hair, we might care more about how we look or how much we weigh, or we may care for ourselves in such a thrilling and tough luck kind of way. And it might be new to others and to ourselves, but it's that cardinal sudden decision to do so or to engage. And in Cancer season, we have a chance to be driven through some continued discomfort, driven to take actions in things like our careers or in how we are portrayed. And Jupiter, Mars, and Chiron are all there in Aries, teaching us more and more, spurring us on further to fight for our rights, to protect our necks, to become a warrior of love. Some of us will murder with kindness. Some of us will shock ourselves again, and others surprise ourselves with this sidestepping thing Cancers do, and the sidestepping strategies and attitudes. Like the Chariot card. The Chariot, is not, in war, it's not the best, strongest thing when it's right next to the enemy, but at a distance, from a flank, it's pretty deadly. And fast as well. Can be a bit like lightning as well. Cancer season, the cardinal energy can come through. And again, there's a lot of shock and surprise. And also, showing that we too can fight when bullied. Of course, this is a heavily karmic season, again, the karmic sea season. So like the Justice card in the Tarot, which I showed you earlier, let the karma fall as it may fall. Recognize our own faults and the parts we play, and that kindness may really be the key here. Kindness to yourself in many ways. Yet we are being stirred and spurred on by the gods during this time to show those crab claws in some way. The new moon in June, I think, will especially mark some big boost for us. A great moment, perhaps a more subversive or internal moment of emotional uplift. And Jupiter will, by this time, have made the point clear as to what the gods are telling us to do. Anyway, having said all of this, I do hope you are having a lovely, good start to this Cancer season. I know sometimes for some of us it can be more of a sluggish start, more of a messy start, coming out of air into water. It can be a bit like, poof, oh, and now you have to swim. But anyway, if you'd like to get a reading with me to find out what this Cancer season might mean for you, what I might have in store for you, please check out the description box below for more details on readings with me, where I will go into your chart and we will discuss what this means for you specifically. What areas of your life and your karma is it actually activating? And what you may have to look forward to engaging with as a spirit and experiencing in the next 20 plus days. Of course, as always, I will be offering all Cancers and Cancer risings 50% off readings if you book your reading during this here Cancer season. And before I go, do be sure to take advantage of my other promotion, which is 50% off a reading with me if you are a first-time client. Also, I just produced, well, not just, a month or two ago, I produced a £19 PPT PowerPoint product called Hinny's 3-piece package for the Hinsters who prefer a textual reading over a video or a Zoom reading. And in this product, you get a concise 20 plus slides of information unique to you and your natal placements. You do have to send me your birth data in advance, of course, but a personality profile is there as well, and your life path ruler description is there. And if you're interested anyway in any kind of reading with me, you can also check out my testimonials on my website, hinnyastrology.com, and they're all from previous clients, some of them repeat clients. But anyway, enough of that. Have a grand day or night, wherever you may be, and I shall see you very soon for the gorgeous new moon. Ta-ra!